Hey, my name is Erik Almås and we are here on location in San Francisco. We are here to do a composite piece, and not only because it's a beautiful spot, but more so because of the textures of the ground that you see here. A few months back, I was in Namibia for an assignment, and after the assignment was over, I stayed behind for about 7 days and shot pictures for myself. Traveling around the country with a guide, shooting landscapes, it became almost a little repetitive, right? You want something in the picture, at least for my aesthetic. I wanted something there that would speak to the bigness of the landscape. Without something that's human in an African savanna, it becomes almost, you don't get the vastness of it, you don't get the bigness, you don't get the scale of what that environment is like. So I started shooting myself, putting the camera on the timer and running into the frame and standing there sort of posing with my backpack as if I was hiking. And you see these pictures, these captures that I did there on location. Still didn't feel that this had the energy I wanted though. Didn't really have sort of that joie de vivre, you know, something sort of coming through or something happening within that landscape. So I'm a mountain biker and decided that I wanted to put a mountain biker into this picture. As you see from the background plate, the earth and the dirt and the stone there has this warm texture, and that's why we're here. This peak in San Francisco, 15 minutes away from my house, has the same dirt, and we want to do two versions of the shot. One where the mountain biker is standing on this cliff right here and sort of overlooking the landscape, and we'll put that into the Namibian background, and then also when he's jumping off this cliff and we get him flying with some dirt in the air and all that stuff. So that's the reason, and that's the purpose, and that's the intention. It's a beautiful way of working. It's not that easy to find a mountain biker and a person and all that stuff in Namibia, in the middle of the desert. So you could shoot the background plates, and when you're there, shoot it with the intention of putting something in the foreground. Meaning you put your foreground focus there, think about how tall or high the person will be so that you could put maybe the camera a little lower than what you would usually do. I like to make people heroic, so my camera usually comes a little lower than if I were to shoot just the landscape. So with that in mind, shooting the landscapes for a composite piece, we're now here to shoot that foreground element. Now, if you watched some of my tutorials before, you know that I'm not a big fan of just cutting feet out. I try to shoot the things in the same light and in the same textured ground that I did for the original piece. So instead of cutting out the feet, I could just blend the whole ground where they stand, so I could get the real shadow and the real sort of interaction between person and ground. I find that very helpful. It makes for a very seamless and organic composite. So you're going to build a little jump out here, fly off it, and the reason for that is that the sun, a little bit later today, is going to come around this way. So when the sun comes around this way, and we hopefully get some of this fog rolling in, we will get the same light quality, slightly from behind in a very soft manner. So as you see, the clouds are puffing in here, and hopefully, like it usually does in San Francisco in the summertime, you do get that cloud cover coming in, the fog, and that will haze and diffuse this perfectly. That unless if it doesn't come in, then we have to wait till the sun goes down and we get that same light quality. Now, it's a little harder to shoot a moving target when the sun is down. You know, high ISO, a lot of grain, it's not my preference. So hopefully we do get this cloud cover and we could shoot this with that same light quality, soft, diffused from behind.